Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back to Elden Ring. I have just encountered disgusting tomfoolery on my Discord server. I just noticed I have 648 videos on my channel. That's a bit cracked. Neving and Fine figured out how to play a couch in D&D. Well, that is something. Definitely a thing. So, if you recall in the last stream, which was a couple weeks ago, because I decided to play all the God of War games, we did most of Limgrave. Ah, shit, this is the wrong character. That's embarrassing. I forgot if I had... Oh, right, Clover had played a bit on... Yeah. Now I remember. That's a bit awkward. I thought I hadn't played at all since the last stream. And I haven't, but Clover has, so... We did most of Limgrave, we did a little bit of Weeping Peninsula, and then we beat Margit. That's literally where we ended off. Because I'm pretty sure when I sit down at this site of grace, Melon is going to show up and be like, oh, want to come to Round Table? And we'll say yes, of course. So the stuff we have left to do today is essentially finish up Stormhill and Weeping Peninsula. We're going to be going throughout the entirety of Godrick's realm. I don't think we're going to get to Stormvale today. I don't know if I'm going to stream again later tonight or not. I don't think you can say no to going to Round Table. If I'm going to stream again tonight, but I'm probably going to stream tomorrow anyway. So we'll just see when we get to Stormvale. Oh right, I haven't played this game in a bit. Triangle.
Forgive me. I've been testing you.
Why, might I ask?
To see whether or not grace truly does guide you.
Well, there's our answer.
Whether you are fit to face the challenge that entails. It seems my worries were unfounded. Torrent had your measure from the very start, whereas I merely pretended. There is but one other thing I can do to offer you guidance. I can take you to the Round Table Hold, gathering place of tarnished champions, guided by grace.
Sure. Why not? I'd love to go to the hub. Well, that man's... And then he's gone. Never to be seen again.
Very well. Let my hand rest upon you for but a moment.
Sure thing. Oh boy, we get to hold hands with a girl. Oh wow. And then we're gone. Welcome to Round Table Hold. Round Table Hold this L. Oh my god. Literally jumping for joy. Now, I know this was originally going to be like a katana magic build, but I don't feel like it. And I can always just respec my character later, and we can do that. Squeezing his shit over getting to touch a woman. Gotta get in character. Yeah. So we have quite a few people here. We'll just go around this way. Hello, Corin, guy who I never interact with. I think I went an entire playthrough without talking to him. My interaction with him was coming back here at the end of the game and getting his shit. He's a very ignorable NPC.
I see you've just arrived. Welcome to the Round Table Hold. I'm Corin, a man of the cloth. I teach incantations, the strength granted us by the Two Fingers, and explore the secrets of the Golden Order, so that one day, if a Tarnished of the Round Table Hold should become Elden Lord, I might counsel them, ensuring order regains its proper form, righting rule over men. By the way, do you still see it? The guidance of grace.
I do.
You do? Wonderful news. Most Tarnished are blind to it these days. You are something of a rare breed. Well, what do you say? Care to learn an incantation of the Two Fingers?
Sure thing. What ending am I going to be doing? I'm not sure. Haven't decided yet. Shield says, I swear I hope Mist does the Age of Omens for the jokes. Carrot says, the hottest take, I care little for Goldmask. I mean, I know, like, nothing about him, so... Part of this playthrough is going to be me learning lore as well. Yeah, Goldmask is microwavable, I love him. I would not recommend putting him in the microwave. So, an interesting thing about Corin, I don't remember the description for his set, but he is very clearly an exiled priest. You know, guys that are dressed up like this, they're dudes that got kicked the fuck out. Why not? Neve, do you know what happens when you put metal in a microwave? I probably wouldn't do the Ronnie ending because I did it in the first playthrough, so gotta mix things up a little bit. Now we got a whole bunch of lore. His mask is metal. Urgent heal, incantation of the Two Fingers faithful. The Two Fingers has. It feels like it should say the Two Fingers have, because their name is plural, but it seems they're a singular. Though we know there's more than one Two Fingers. The Two Fingers has high hopes for the Tarnished, that even if they should be wounded, even should they fall, they will continue to fight for their duty. They think we're very useful. Heal is the same, Cure Poison's the same. Magic Fortification. Follow the path that has been set for you, and you will make enemies of all others. The monks, the sorcerers, the ancient dragon knights, and the scions of gold. Heed me, the lands between offers no welcome to the Tarnished. Well, that is true. Rejection. Produces a shockwave that knocks back nearby foes. Charging increases the size of the shockwave. Hark, Tarnished. If you truly walk in faith, you must be prepared to reject all else. Then we have flame incantations, which are interesting. Incantation originating from a sinister prophecy. So it's of note. You should always remember. Incantations, miracles, they're stories. They are written texts. They're not like a spell in a spell book. At least in Dark Souls, miracles are literally stories that you are sort of replicating to take meaning and power from. I believe the case is similar here with incantations. I mean, they're called incantation instructions, so maybe they're a little bit more like spells. Incantation originating from a sinister prophecy. The flame of ruin is anathema to the Erd Tree, but prophets sometimes glimpse it within the faith all the same. Sadly, when this occurs, their sole reward is banishment. So that was what happened with Corin, presumably, is he had such a vision. Now, glimpsing them is something that's within the faith. So this is just something that prophets normally see, which means it's not some sort of weird anomaly thing that only the occasional heretic or whatever sees. It's something that's normal. Hence kind of why seemingly the basic priest or cleric is someone that's an outcast. but they get banished whenever they do. Almost sort of like a, no, 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 we don't need anyone thinking about or talking about this. Get the fuck out of here. But presumably the reason that they always glimpse it within the faith, you know, they have visions of the future of the Erd Tree, is they see it burning down. Because no matter what we do, we end up burning down the Erd Tree. Any ending path you go for, you end up lighting it on fire with the Flame of Ruin. How on fire it is depends on which ending you go for, because with, you know, Lord of Chaos, you literally burn the entire thing down. Like you eviscerate that and everything in the rest of the world. But no matter what, the Erd Tree will burn down. That is something that cannot be avoided. It's just sort of an inevitability within causality or something.
May the Golden Order shine through you.
Thanks. Now here we have Ensha, who's just busy being an edgelord. I keep forgetting I have to press triangle to talk. Do we want... Yeah, what an edgelord. Yeah. Clearly, this place is a bit of an archive. Obviously, this is where Gideon hangs out, so he's got a whole bunch of books and shit. Then we've got the Twin Maiden Husks. I don't know what their deal is. They're obviously Bell Maidens. Or not Bell Maidens. Finger Maidens. But not really much else to them other than that. Cipher Rings. Oh, should start off with the Rune Arcs. A shard of the Shattered Elden Ring grants the blessing of an equipped Great Rune upon use. Even if no Great Rune is equipped, it will slightly increase maximum HP upon use. The lower arc of the Elden Ring is held to be the basin in which its blessings pool. Perhaps this shard originates from that very arc. So the lower arc, when you go and you look at a picture of the Elden Ring, you know, just look at the cover of the game or something, you see that it's got these little semicircles in it, arcs. And presumably this is referring to one of the ones at the very bottom. We've got like a bottom one, we've got one a little bit above that, that's underneath the Great Runes, and then there's another one right at the very top. I think the one right at the top is the one that Marika is bound to, I believe. However, I believe even that is not the complete Elden Ring. I think we see a depiction of the complete Elden Ring, which includes the Rune of Death, in Farum Azula in Malekith's boss room, along with some other stuff. White Cipher Ring. One of the Lost Mystic codes said to have been bestowed by the Two Fingers. So the thing about the Two Fingers, we find out later from a weapon, I think, is that the Two Fingers communicate through light. Which is really weird. But they're a weird eldritch alien thing, so it makes sense that they don't communicate the same way we do. And this is just their words as a thing you can have in your inventory. Memory Stone, said to be a fragment of the Black Moon that once hung above the Eternal City. We need to learn more about the Black Moon, because it's a thing that exists. Don't really know much else other than that. By the way, we got, I think, 10 people in here, so if you just hopped in and you haven't already, hit that like button. Like for it to try and hit 10 likes. Anything else got lore? Not really. Furled Fingers Trick Mirror. Yeah, not really much. Popular theory is that the Land of Reeds is that they worship the Blood Star. Oh yeah, I remember being annoyed by the Blood Star because it's like literally only ever mentioned, as far as I'm aware, in that one spell we get in the Mountaintop of the Giants. And I don't like shit like that. Also, I think its name is stupid. Hey, Dialos.
Ah, hello. You must be new here. Well, just call me Dialos. The honor of one's house holds little import in these lands. By the way, have you met a young woman named Lanya on your travels? She's my servant, but fickle as the wind. Take your eyes off her for but a moment and she's good as gone. If you find her, please be sure to tell me.
We won't need to do that.
Be sure to tell me if you meet a young woman named Lanya. She's a servant to my house. She's been my companion since childhood. I've lost count of the number of times I've had to find her like this. Honestly, she's such a little tomboy.
Oh, your little tomboy, GF. Yeah, that's gonna go really well. Yeah, I'm gonna try and do as many character quest lines as I can, because I want the lore. I want all the lore. Alright. We should talk a little... do I want to do all the character dialogue first? Yeah, we'll do that, and then we'll get into more general roundtable stuff. First off, it's of note that we have all this banished knight armor around. It's really cool. Bloodstar's probably the Formless Mother. Maybe. I could see that. Hey, buddy.
You're a new face. No matter. It's all the same. Lay out your arms. Let's get smithing.
This is Hugh. Smithing Master Hugh. So I guess he's the best around. Nothing's ever gonna put him down. Except dementia, I guess. And, well, his story's a little bit interesting, to say the least. First off, he is a prisoner. He is actually bound to the wall here. He cannot leave. What's the deal with that?
I see you've noticed the chains. Nothing special. I'm a prisoner and these are my chains. I'm trapped by the hold. I'm dying, smithing for you fools.
So,
that's all there is to it.
You're, like, cursed with immortality or something. Well, I suppose no one dies normally, so I suppose that's just an effect of you, you know, being here in the lands between. Are you a prisoner?
No, don't read too much into it. Well, no grudge against you. My being a prisoner is no fault of yours.
Okay, you just said no, you're not a prisoner.
I don't mind smithing. Despite my differences, the weapons get stronger all the same. Given time, technique never fails. Besides, it helps me forget the sheer terror of her.
Presumably he's talking about America, because it seems like America's the one that imprisoned him here. Presumably... I don't know if we believe the America planned everything theory, then he's imprisoned here to make a weapon capable of killing the Elden Beast. Not necessarily a magical weapon specifically designed for it, just a weapon so good that it could be used to do such a thing. And America, being America, is like, yeah, you're gonna do this, and you're never gonna leave, I'm gonna chain you here. Yeah, have fun. Also, it's of note that he's a misbegotten. I don't think we know if... I believe the misbegotten are just kind of like they were probably like a tribe of people that looked into the primordial crucible, like a millennia ago or something. So, not necessarily all of the misbegotten were there when that happened, they were just... The ones we encounter now are the descendants of the originals. Any other interesting things here? This is the cellar, our pantry. We never really see anyone eat. We'll get those stone sword locks later. It's interesting that the banished knight armor just seems to be everywhere. I assume at one point, maybe, that was just kind of like the default armor that everyone had. Maybe. I don't know. We'll find out. Time to get a hug. Hello.
Greetings, great champion called by grace. I am Fia. Circumstances have compelled my stay at the Round Table Hold. Great champion, would you allow me to hold you? But briefly, perhaps you might share with me some of your lively vigor and your stout-heartedness. Doing so will grant me the warmth of a champion, and you, I am sure, will bear a Baldekin's blessing. Do you think
Very
it vulgar,
strange name.
perhaps? Where I come
What,
from,
hugging a
it
girl?
is a sacred act.
Hugging a girl, a very sacred act. Who are we to say no?
Ah, my thanks, great champion.
And we get this really slow animation for it.
You are very warm.
Thanks. And you take a little bit of our health. So, for those of you that don't know, the way Fia and the other deathbed companions work is that they absorb the warmth, or essentially life essence, from champions, strong people, and then they go find dead nobles and other rich, important people, and they go and they lay with them. I don't know if they necessarily fuck them, but they sleep with them, they get all nuzzled up against them, and they transfer that warmth, that life energy into them, and bring them back to life. Presumably stronger than they were, because now they have the life force of a champion. Oh yes, fine, never mentioned the playing a couch thing, yeah.
What you felt light up inside you was a Baldekin's blessing. Though it is but a fleeting thing, I am afraid. Come back to me, should you require another.
Oh, I will
take
do
you
that.
in my
Definitely not to
arms
just progress your
as
questline or
often as
anything.
you need.
So let's take a look at that item description, shall we? Oh, the role name? Oh yeah, fuck you. Baldekin's Blessing. Favor bestowed by a deathbed companion. Protection of a hidden temple in the guise of a bedchamber. That's an interesting idea. A hidden temple in the guise of a bedchamber. So they just have bedrooms that are secretly temples, huh? The favor allows one to forget any aches and pains. In death, there is only peace, for in death, there can be no sensation. Well, that's a little bit of a grim outlook. Basically being a sex necromancer. Yes, indeed. That is pretty much what they do, yeah. Let's see. That, by the way, looks to be the Erd Tree. A sex romancer. Yeah, I was trying to think of a funny pun, but I don't know. Sex romancer doesn't really sound as good as I'd like my pun to. And hello, Gideon. You look decrepit. But does it work? I guess.
Oh, this is a rare occasion.
Is it?
I can't remember the last time a new tarnished made their way to the round table. Very well. As your senior, I bid you welcome. It is safe here. You may let down your guard.
Well, that's good to know. Have I mentioned how cool his scepter is? I think I have. Look, he's got the fingers interlocking with it. Isn't that great? Obviously, you would do such a thing if you had a hand scepter. Oh, right! Isn't it neat how he has a hand scepter thing and then Ensha also has a hand scepter thing? Except his is made out of gold and Ensha's is made out of bones. like how Ench is wearing bones. Yeah. Yeah, he's holding hands with his arcane focus.
Allow me a word of advice. As your senior, you are a mere visitor to the Round Table. Nothing more. A house guest. Yet to earn their keep. Remember your place, newcomer.
Sure thing. I guess I'll remember to do
There's nothing
that.
left to say. Be at your leisure.
I will. Don't you fucking worry, Gideon. I shall. So, interesting things of note about Round Table Hold. It, of course, is an actual physical place that exists in the real world. We're not going down there yet, because, you know, don't need to get my fucking ass kicked by Alberic. This is an actual place that exists in the real world, but this is not that place. We can find the Round Table Hold in Lanedell. It is basically this exact same structure. How does this place exist? Well, it's some kind of creation from Grace. I assume it was created by the combined remaining bits of Grace that the founding members of the Hold had and brought together, as we see it coming off of their weapons here. Presumably, this axe here was Godfrey's, maybe. Would I... Actually, you know what's really weird? Would Round Table Hold have been a thing before or after the Return of Grace? After the call of long lost Grace, when everything went to shit after the Shattering? Or would it have been when Godfrey was banished and the Long March began? Because it's in Lanedell, and no one really goes to Lanedell anymore. Presumably no one really did after the Shattering happened, because Morgott had that place down on lock. So you wouldn't just have the Tarnished going and gathering in Lanedell. Because they just wouldn't be able to, I don't think. At the same time, it would probably be really hard for them to do that, and kind of weird for them to be able to do that, when Godfrey and the Tarnished got banished for the first time. So, when exactly it was created is a weird idea. Also, I believe it's stated that this place exists to help Tarnished who are trying to become the Elden Lord. And that wouldn't have been a thing until after the Shattering. So... many questions. Many questions indeed. I also have to wonder where these weapons came from, because they're not forged. They're like grown out of trees. They may have even been grown out of the Erd Tree or something. Not entirely sure how it works. Here we have some statues that we have in Lanedell, obviously. Found the most suitable building and replicated it. Oh, I mean, presumably. I'm just wondering when. When in the timeline? Because, I mean, those are the two really significant events that it would be around. We have some paintings in here. One of the Erd Tree. One of Marika, I believe. Pretty sure that is Marika. It's got the crown and everything. Then over here, we have Godfrey with Sirach, of course. And then we have Radigan. How similar is their attire? I think Marika's wearing a different crown. I think. It's kind of hard to tell. It also looks like Marika's maybe down a little bit further on her head. Before the Shattering. Yeah, but here's the deal. I don't think the Tarnished were banished Ooh. Fuck. Now this is hard to figure out. This is really hard to figure out, actually. Oh god. Now I got it. There are some people that have talked about how Elden Ring's lore is just mildly incomprehensible when you get, like, really into the nitty-gritty of it, like, more so than any other FromSoft game. There is just so much vagueness in between all of the details. So, presumably, the war against the ancient dragons was before Godfrey was banished. Just because it feels like it was? I always assumed that a lot of the big wars were happening at the same time. Like, we had Godfrey fighting against the giants, we had Godwyn fighting the dragons, and then we had Radagon fighting the Carians in Liurnia. And that was probably all happening kind of around the same time. Not necessarily simultaneously, but as the Kingdom of the Erdtree was expanding and becoming the dominant power, it had to fight against all of these other things. And I don't think all of its enemies would have been waiting to take their turn against them one after the other. So that was when Godwyn was alive and well? Well, yeah, but, I mean, Godwyn was alive and well for quite some time after Godfrey was banished. But, once again, I did assume it was prior to Godfrey's banishment. And then we're not really aware of any conflicts that happened after Godfrey was banished. Mostly because that was kind of the point, is that there weren't any conflicts anymore, so they didn't need Godfrey or the Tarnished anymore. And they were banished so that they could be called back whenever they would be needed again. And then, you know, Radagon became the second Elden Lord, we had peace with Liurnia, and then everything was nice until Marika decided she wanted to destroy everything. So it's actually really fucking hard to figure out when in the timeline everything happens, because Vike is a Tarnished, but he's also a member of the Dragon Cult and was Lanciax's favorite, so he had an opportunity to join the Dragon Cult and meet Lanciax, which, I mean, we're never able to do. I mean, we're able to meet Lanciax, but we can't exactly join the Dragon Cult. Yeah, since you hate lore ideas that's mentioned only once, there's a thing called the Rift, which is mentioned only once on the Rift Shield. What the fuck is that? I've never heard of this thing until right now. Oh god. I can tell this playthrough is going to have a different kind of suffering. So, where should we start? What have we done, actually? Prisoner starting item, it's the shield. Oh, that, yeah. How much is left for us to do? I think part of the lore being incomprehensible is on purpose. Oh, I know that! But, like, the Dark Souls games all have pretty vague lore. Bloodborne has pretty vague lore. Demon Souls has pretty vague lore. But you're able to stitch together a pretty coherent idea of what happened. You get a pretty good timeline of events, even if there are some differences between interpretations. But with Elden Ring, oh my god, there is just so much. Yes, Comfy pretending to be play-free is confusing. That it is. You know what? Where should we start? Where should we start? Oh yeah, I think I'm aware of almost all of the outer gods. Like, are there any I'm not aware of? Formless Mother, Primeval Current. Primeval Current is of an outer god? I didn't know that. Greater Will, the Fell God, the Frenzied Flame, Destined Death, and the Scarlet Rot. Do you count Destined Death as its own outer god? Because, I mean, it's part of the Elden Ring. You know, the Rune of Death is Destined Death. But then it also seems like there is a Death God. It's the stuff with, like, the Deathbird outer god. Is that one the Blood Star? I don't know, because there's not really any association between death and blood, ironically. Are there any important things we did not do? Yeah, leading theory seems to be that the Blood Star is the Formless Mother. Yeah, I'm gonna blow my brains out by the end of this. Not because I'm gonna kill myself intentionally, but my brain's just gonna be so full of knowledge that it's gonna expand and burst through my skull. So let's just start back at the beginning. I don't remember if we got Irene's dialogue or not.
Please, if you wouldn't mind, deliver the letter to my father at the castle. He can be stubborn.
My father.
But I'm sure he'll come around.
Of course, of course. Okay. So, obviously the soldiers here in the Weeping Peninsula are Godrick soldiers, because the Weeping Peninsula is technically part of Limgrave, I think. Let's check. Let's find out, shall we? Fuck, I'm so used to playing these PS premium games. I'm used to using the touchpad to open up the menu like a start button. To Limgrave South is named for its unceasing rainfall, redolent of lament. So I guess if it's to Limgrave South, then it's technically its own thing. But I guess the Weeping Peninsula, Limgrave, and Stormhill are all part of the domain of Godrick, which would presumably be the domain of Stormvale? Actually, Kenneth, he calls himself like the heir of Limgrave, so I suppose it's all technically Limgrave. I guess it's all technically Limgrave. And the Weaving Peninsula is part of it as well, because, I mean, these are Godrick's guys. Of course, they have the symbol of the Erd Tree and then Sirach on there. Forgotten seem to be the same case as the Omen, people who have a chance to be born with such traits from the Crucible. They're a similar case, but not exactly the same. Because the Misbegotten are, like, explicitly cursed for looking into the Crucible. Whereas the Omen just seem to be kind of unlucky. The Omen almost seem to be kind of like a glitch in the system. Like, the Erd Tree is just like, whoopsie, accidentally didn't give you grace. Or it's just undue influence from the primordial Crucible. Which is likely... Well, we know it's the primordial form of the Erd Tree. So... it's kind of like the Erd Tree fucks up and accidentally uses old code and makes the Omen. So obviously these are the Misbegotten. They have pretty much all the traits of the Crucible, varying from example to example. They got wings, they got tails, they got feathers, scales, big gaping maws. They're hideous creatures. If you want to know what something that's a fucking amalgam of all life looks like, it looks like this. quite horrible. So, I believe there are misbegotten ashes we get somewhere. Pretty sure it's somewhere around here in Weeping Peninsula. That explained to us that these guys are cursed for looking into the Primordial Crucible. How did they do this? I'm not entirely sure. It would depend on where it is, exactly. Oh, we'll probably get more into that quite a bit later. Some sort of Storm Outer God that picked the Stormlord? Maybe. That's another thing! That's another thing. The Stormlord. We don't know shit about that. Think of some more hideous amalgamations of all life. Oh, less coherent ones, certainly. Did we already kill the Knight Rider here? I cannot remember. We did. Yeah, he's like the Storm King from the Insolence. So it seems we did kill him already, which is good. That thing is skinny as shit. Hey man.
Trade again?
I'd love to. Got anything of note here? Other than a literal note? Demi-human mobs. We probably already looked at the iron stuff description. Ancient Thorn design. I imagine that's probably related to the Thorn incantations or sorceries, whatever they are. Crimson Amber Medallion. The Erdtree's old sap becomes amber. Treasured as the most precious of jewels in the age of Godfrey, the first Elden Lord. A primordial life energy resides inside. So, these sorts of things, the sap of the Erdtree only ever fell during the age of the Erdtree, which we're not in now, and have not actually been in for a while. Even before the Shattering, I believe. Because I think the age of the Erdtree is described as being a thing that was a long time ago and did not last for very long. The Erdtree had like this prime set of time in which it was just unbelievably brilliant and just all-encompassing. Like it was literally like having a sun in the middle of the continent. And during that time, it had all of these blessings that it bestowed upon everything, and then it just dimmed into the state that it's in now. And that was back during when Godfrey was Elden Lord. And I don't think it happens for any particular reason. Like, it didn't end for any particular reason other than just probably the passage of time. But maybe that was before the Rune of Death was removed from the Elden Ring. Because the Rune of Death is what prevents the Erdtree from burning down, and presumably it prevents it from being affected by the passage of time. Because we know destined death is what allows it to burn down. It's what allows it to be destroyed. So without it, presumably it'll just remain in this state forever. Now then we got a thing over here. Yippee! I want to know how to get up there. I've never been up there, actually. Hold on. Gotta love how many flames there are in this game. I know, right? Never been up here. What do we got? A warming stone, that's good. Oh, that's where that is. The Great Turtle Shell. Which I can actually use, apparently. Shield fashioned from a Great Turtle Shell. The natural curve helps it contend with foes' attacks. The turtle is a symbol of tirelessness, and this shield boosts stamina recovery speed. Well, that's quite useful. I'm not going to use that because I'm not a big shield guy. Shut up, creature. Owned. So, up here we have a mage tower. Presumably these are guys from Liurnia, or Raya Lucaria, that have just kind of gone out, because I'm pretty sure that's the Raya Lucarian symbol. It's either that or the Carian symbol. I haven't looked at them in a while, so I wouldn't be able to tell the difference. Here we have this magic book with imps. Seek 3 wise beasts. Obviously that means fucking murder them. This is a wise beast. It's also like a ghost or whatever. That's one. Can I remember? Oh, there's 2. Don't worry, they're just ghosts. They're like spirits, so you don't feel bad about doing this. Then the last one does a little splishy splash in the water. There you go. That is correct, Shield. Bernal and Vike are the most successful Tarnished before us. They're the ones that got closest to becoming the Elden Lord. But then failed kind of around the same time. Presumably because, well, they're not us. Actually, that does seem to be mostly the problem. They're not us. Godfrey did get close, but that was before he became Tarnished, so... Actually, he gets, like, right to the foot of the Erd Tree, so, yeah. I suppose he actually gets the second closest to becoming Elden Lord again. Bernal and Vike both basically got to the Flame of Ruin, but Vike chose to spare his maiden and become the Vessel of the Frenzied Flame, whereas Bernal's maiden just was not able to use it the way Melina was. So she just got incinerated, and nothing happened. So she died for nothing. Yeah, his problem was him just not having Melina, pretty much. What do we have here? That... don't have the right. That's the tower right over there, isn't it? Yeah, I believe it is. That one. Down that away. See it there? Right underneath the compass needle? I suppose they didn't really have much else to do around here other than paint. Is that a box of snacks? If they've got food here, what are they eating? It's kind of hard to tell because it stops existing. It looks like... oh wait, I think they're collecting seashells. So they're like, studying the wildlife and stuff. Imported Belgian chocolates. That is a high quality import. That would be quite fancy. It is quite fancy, as a matter of fact. So, an interesting thing is that imps and other golems can be essentially short-circuited by crystal darts, and I'm pretty sure that the crystal darts are created in Raya Lucaria, or, you know, just kind of around there, you know, by the magic people. So, presumably... what the fuck is this? I have never seen this before. I don't think I've ever actually been down here. Presumably they're the ones that created the imps, but they didn't create the golems. I'm pretty sure no one knows where the golems came from. They maybe came from the Eternal City, but they can also be short-circuited by the crystal darts. So I imagine the imps were created from studying the golems. What in the hell is going on down here? What the fuck are you people doing? Oh, we're just summoning... Who the fuck are you people? What are we, gravity farmers? They literally summoned this guy into existence. Oh god damn, these delayed attacks. They're worshipping sorcery. I've never seen these guys before. Gravity Stone Fan. Looks like little meteors, yeah. Hold on, I've never seen this before. So were these guys coming around here to harvest meteorites? Maybe? It seems like they might have been. And that was an Onyx Lord they just summoned. One of the prehistoric stone elves. Let's take a look at that stone fan. That is an interesting thing. I don't believe that was a weapon, it's a consumable. Yeah, Gravity Stone Fan. Shard of rock found in the wake of a meteorite strike. It's imbued with particularly weighty magic. Use a fee to emit gravitational shockwave. The desperate ones who scavenge for these shards dub themselves Starcallers. So these are guys that just go around looking for pieces of meteorites to do gravity magic with. That's interesting. I'd never heard of them before. That's really cool. Ah, and that's why, isn't the thing with the Radon swords called like the Starcaller Cry or something? I believe that's what they're called. That is fascinating. I've never seen that before. I've never bothered coming down here. Very interesting. Wonder if they show up in any other places. I hope not, because I prefer having little unique things like this. Oh, we got a guy in a chair. Thank you. It's baffling, we have not a ton of lore for Torrent. Isn't that weird? To be fair, we don't have a ton of lore for Melina either. Hello, bird. Try physical. Shut the fuck up. There's no way. Tarnished required ahead. Okay, there is not an illusory floor here. Where is this pointing? Down this way. Ladies and gentlemen, I am finding new things. Oh yes, why do we have big gravestones? Like, this seems a little excessive. I don't know. Maybe it's just because we thought these guys were huge badasses, so they need huge gravestones. Or it was just for huge guys. But I don't think they bury the trolls. It's possible that this is the graveyard for the Heroes of Morn. Maybe. Didn't expect checkpoint. Door ahead. Don't say. Impaler's Catacombs? That's an interesting name. I love how my favorite weapon is just a piece of Faru Missoula architecture. Yeah, but you gotta get it from a terrible boss. We're gonna have to fight at some point. Is Vlad buried here? Good question. Pardon me, gentlemen. The Impaler's... fuck. The Impaler's Catacomb. Well, if they ale the imps, that means they, are, bad for them, yeah. We got 12 people in here. Hello, everyone. If you just hopped in and you haven't already, hit that like button. Let's see if we can hit 15 likes on the stream. I don't think ale made from imps would taste... Not like, okay, I don't mean like making a drink out of them. I mean like they fucking annoy them. Or harm them. Like ailing. Oh, it would be the penetrators. Which have been called the Penetrators Catacombs. Pepperman. There you go, there's your shout out. Oh! I almost just fell to my fucking death. Well, I suppose now I know another new location to get, Grave Glowwort 1. The floor is on the move. That it is. Okay, so this is where we came down from. Went down there. What's this away? There's gonna be one around the corner, yeah. Classic. Oh, I need to jump down the hole? Okay. That is good to know. Oh, there's a spiky ceiling. Oh, oh, but there's a thing up there. I must get the thing. Oh! Wow. Oh, we got some bitches. More of these dead folk. This seems to be the lack of death in its worst form. Because these guys can't really permanently die. So they just degrade endlessly. Except that guy, I guess. I don't know. Maybe the lack of death just means death's really fucking inconsistent. Or none of the dead are dead forever. This guy's just gonna be dead until like an hour from now. The wet sock meter is filling up. I guarantee you, Elden Ring 2, they're gonna include the wet sock meter for when you're traveling around in a wet area. Yeah, it is a very horrifying existence, yeah. Imagine having wet socks. Just terrible. Oh, and I guess being forever living while your body degrades is pretty bad, too. Now, if this is their depiction of death, you know, whatever sort of death the death birds are part of, first off, it's not very original. Two, they do a very good job depicting it. Because that is a cool skeleton statue. You are not a cool statue, you little bastard. But a Vaseline should do the trick. I imagine it would. Have I gotten Ithatel yet? No? That's a summon, right? Is that the Headless Knight summon? 'Cause if so, I haven't. But they're around here, aren't they? Yeah, the Headless. I thought so. Yeah, Headless just like Sekiro. Oh, sorry fellas, it looks like we're probably gonna end up doing the Bloody Dragon build anyway, just because it's cooler. Oh yeah, the Headless do suck, they're annoying. What fun, fantastical thing awaits me in here? Something truly great, I imagine. Neo, you voted against the Blood Dragon. Oh, kiss my ass. Yeah, we'll call this a gank. That one SCP story where they actually make death not work anymore. I don't believe I've heard that one. Amazing. Don't you love when we take a boss and then we just throw a bunch of ads in there to make it harder? I love when they do that. Return of the Gank Souls. Wow, it's just like Capra Demon. Well, not quite, because this arena is not terrible. It's not fucking shit. You guys go to hell. Ooh, that timing. It's called the Impaler Boss because it fucks you. Oh, I see, that makes sense. My first playthrough? No, not even remotely. I mean, I have a playthrough on the channel that I did when the game came out. Ouch. Got a little bamboozled there. Oh, get fucked, idiot. Kiss my ass. How many times have I beaten the game? Actually, only that one time, because fuck Radigan and the Elden Beast. But, you know, I've gotten to Radigan and the Elden Beast about 3 times now. After my first playthrough, I think. Either that or total. Let's find out about the demi-humans. Demi-human ashes summons 5 demi-humans. Spirits of demi-humans that are small in stature but have a violent, brutish disposition. Though they seem somewhat intelligent, when night falls, their blood boils and they become feral. So they're kind of like werewolf people, I suppose. Well, this was definitely one of the places ever. That much is undeniable. It certainly exists. Sorceries or incantations? Incantations seem to be stronger. Or maybe not necessarily. There's a shitload more variety to incantations. There are just so many of those goddamn things. It is ridiculous. Yeah, more variety. In function or in universe? I don't know. Let's go over here and investigate this little place, this little hole in the wall. Healing incantations fuck up revenants? Wow, that's interesting. Doesn't make them even remotely good enemies. They're fucking shit. The least terrible revenant is that one that's a boss in Liurnia. Because you can get there when you're overleveled and just absolutely obliterate it. Oh. The one over here is directing me to Ithadel? Oh yeah, I thought it was the one around there. They fuck up Deathbirds too? Wow, Deathbirds also suck. Funny how that happens, huh? I think that's quite humorous. Yeah, they can stun you before you cast. I love stun locking enemies. You love stun locking enemies. Don't you just love them? Can't get enough of them. Do I have any talismans equipped? No, I don't. Yes, that's useful. I'm not fucking putting that on. Deathbirds are weak to the litany of proper death incant. That sounds about right. Oh, one of you assholes. I believe these guys are... I think perfumers? I can't tell. No, I'm pretty sure perfumers are different. I'm not sure what exactly these guys are. Oh, I remember being down here at some point. Can we get... I don't know. I think I'd need to set up a password or something for that, wouldn't I? Ah, the winged scythe. Apparently a very good weapon. Sacred scythe resembling a pair of white wings deals holy damage. According to pagan belief, white-winged maidens are said to be death's gentle envoys. So maybe the Valkyries? Oh, I do know the death poker's cracked. I don't think I've ever found the death bird in Caelid. Paganism is canon? Paganism isn't necessarily a specific religion. It's more of kind of a blanket term for, like, I believe, kind of like nature and spirit worship, I think. Actually, let me look up the definition of paganism. Religion other than one of the main world religions, specifically a non-Christian or pre-Christian religion. So it's literally just like a vague religion. Just sort of an unpopular one. A niche religion, if you would. So, you know, Baldur's special brand of paganism is literally just paganism. It's just paganism. There's no such thing as a special brand of paganism. That's just all paganism. It's just a general... It's just a blanket category of religions. Would make Mormonism pagan? Would it? Because, I mean, it's still... No, because it's still Christianity. Yeah, that's what I think when I hear pagan... Yeah, occasionally, whenever I hear someone mention paganism, all I can remember is... I practice my own special brand of paganism. Because I was about to say, because Mormonism is a Christian denomination. It's been over a year since Baldur fell. That's crazy, isn't it? Tomb Sword Cave. Yeah, that's his email. Why is it called this? I have no idea. Actually. Mormonism's not a main religion, though? Yeah, but it's part of Christianity. Christianity is just a blanket term describing all Christian denominations. It's an umbrella for Catholicism, shit, I'm forgetting the other ones. What's the one they have in England? How am I forgetting it? I'm pretty sure it's the type of Christianity they practice in the English Church. Yeah. Orthodoxy, Anglican, Lutheran, Methodist. Protestant, that's what it is. Oh my god. I don't really feel like doing multiplayer, Pepper. Nature-based paganism of today kind of appropriated the term because the beliefs in it are accumulated from various different religions. Yeah. It's just kind of its own thing. I mean, I suppose if paganism would refer to a lot of religions that don't have names. They're just people's own personal beliefs and forms of worship. So you may be wondering, why do these guys have fungus growing on them? I don't know, just because of where they live. The fungus just grows onto them. I know modern Christianity does have some pagan elements, like Christmas was a pagan thing before. Or at least Christmas trees were. I know you can get these guys mushroom hats, but I don't know where. They're priests of the rat god? Oh, interesting. I wonder if they'll drop their hats, or if I find them somewhere. Well, we're about to find out. Toxic mushroom. Oh shit, I don't have anything for curing poison. That's bad. There's a location for it. I see, I see. Is it in the Lake of Rot? Oh, that wouldn't surprise me. These guys are supposed to be rot priests. Hello, rats. I'm a rat priest, am I right? Yeah. Anyway. Oh, shit! That was kind of terrifying, I can't lie. Nomadic Warriors Cookbook. Well. Shit. Ah! Yeah, there's a giant rat that makes all the rules. Mushrooms found growing all over the body. These overgrown mushrooms have colonized the head. To those enraptured by the scarlet rot, they are holy vestments that root one to the earth. Interesting. Very interesting. What are these fucking things? Yeah, kind of gross. What's the description here for the toxic mushrooms? Finally, some non-melted ones. Mushroom covered in toxic mold that grows on rotten lands. Skilled hand can repurpose the toxic mold into an effective ward against scarlet rot. Yummy. Hello, bitch. Miranda Blossom. You may be wondering, why are these things called Miranda? I don't know. Ow. Could you stop that, please? No, they cannot. Yeah, this is technically a boss, which means it will be on the boss tier list at some point. Viridian Amber Medallion. Oh, then there's the head one. These overgrown mushrooms form a towering headpiece. Long ago, great lords served the scarlet rot. Perhaps such fungal bodies served as their crowns. Now that's interesting. So scarlet rot was like some kind of old thing of worship. I mean, we know the the people from the Shaded Castle worshipped Melania. And we do have the Children of Rot cult, so... We had Fungoid Bros. Maybe they're the ones that built the Grand Cloister, or whatever it's called. Honey, I have cancer. God has blessed me. You know there are definitely some people that actually believe such a thing. Like 100%. Wow, the crown of cancer. Maybe if you're good, Jesus will send the bugs for you. Gary is basically Scarlet Rot Shibriri. That is actually a good comparison. Everyone else in the guy's family was embarrassed of him. But yeah, because he seemed like a bit of a simp. I would kind of be a bit embarrassed too. But it is a showing of Scarlet Rot worship in noble families. And it's once again a reminder that Scarlet Rot was around way before Melania. She was just unlucky. Ow! You stop that, you shit. Tower of Return. Why is it called this? Because of the funny chest. That we're not going to open, because I'm pretty sure going to Lanedale fucks up a couple quest lines. Oh, he responds every time you kill him and has different dialogue? Well, that's... Give me your shit. Thanks. Bye. Tower of Emotional Damage. Yeah. Foot Soldier Greaves. Nice. I can't use this? Useless. But it has physics? There you go. Get the fuck out of here, piece of shit. You're garbage. Be wary of trap. Yes, indeed. Now then, let's do that thing and get intel. However you pronounce their name. Luciel. Luthiel? Luthiel? I'm sure it's Welsh or something, so you got a specific way to pronounce it. Oh, Gowry has more bodies to possess, while Shibriri only had Yura. Wonder why Shibriri has that limitation. Seems like Shibriri can just kind of possess people. Whew. So how are you guys doing? How's your day? How's your week been? Actually, the week just started. How was last week? Did you enjoy your weekend? Many questions. vibing? Well, clearly I'm doing the same, so that is good. I'm gonna have my aunt visiting at the end of this week. She'll be here for about a week. So that means I probably won't be doing any streaming this week after, like, Thursday. So just letting you guys know about that ahead of time. Gonna watch House of the Dragon sometime today. You know what's funny? I don't think I've encountered a single person that gives a shit about a House of the Dragon. You are the first. Congratulations. I do not know of many people that care about a Game of Thrones prequel. I don't know enough about it to know if I would care about it having a prequel. Entrance is behind that pillar. How dastardly. I thought I was kind of up here. Yeah, you were right. Good job. Thank you very much. The Tombsword Catacombs. Tombsword. What a weird name. I wonder why it's called that. You're a book reader, lore person, so you care more. That's fair. I mean, has the stuff in the prequel show not been in the books? I remember hearing George R. R. Martin mention some shit about it, but I don't remember what he said. Oh yeah, so here we have a depiction of presumably the Erd Tree. And notably there's much more focus put on the roots than there is for basically any other depictions of it we've seen. Because obviously the roots are the most important thing here. Trying to return to the roots of the Erd Tree. So that your soul can get recycled. If you think about it, restoring the Rune of Death is kind of akin to trying to end the cycle of reincarnation, like in Buddhism. I know that's a big thing, and Buddhist themes occasionally appear in these games. And by occasionally, I mean a lot. I mean, having cycles of rebirth for the world feels very Buddhist. That was the whole shit with the Dark Souls trilogy. Talk about a Civil War that happens 100 years per show, which was the reason why all the dragons are dead. Oh, interesting. There's something about all of the fantasy creatures disappearing in a setting that I find very depressing. Like, the end of the Third Age, depressing for me, like as a concept. Just all of the magic in the world is going away. That fucking sucks. If he's ending the Age of Duskborn, it's just fully fixing what Marika did by returning the Rune of Death. Not entirely clear. Because she wants to make those who live in death part of the natural order. So it seems more like it's making undead a natural part of the world. Because, I mean, the reason that they are hunted down by people like D is because they're unnatural. Because they exist as sort of a violation of the Golden Order. Oh, hi. Aha, idiot. Gone, reduced to atoms. Violation of the Golden Order that Marika caused. Oh yes, of course. That goes without saying. Never says managed to watch the first 2 episodes of Breaking Bad's 2nd season yesterday. Didn't expect that character's presence to be so short. I don't really know. I haven't watched all Breaking Bad, so I don't really know much about it. I know things that are known because the show's popular. I only ever watched like the first 4 episodes or so, and that was about 5 years ago. I watched it on a fucking bus from New York to DC during a field trip. It was a good bus ride. Ow! Who the fuck was... You little bitch. Here we try again, it's real good. I would if I didn't cancel my Netflix subscription. Ah, prattling Pate, thank you. Holy shit. I'm gonna kick the shit out of you. Fucking bitch. Oh, I spy an item. Let's take a look at that prattling page, shall we? Please help. We don't really know much lore about them. A wishful fetish that imparts voices and words on an eternal journey. That's ominous. I wonder who makes them. That is a question. Is this worth it? Does anyone know what object is in there? Frenzied Flame is probably the most evil ending. Or, yeah, just the most evil. Yeah, I feel like destroying the Frenzied Flame would be a good idea. Just kind of generally speaking. A helmet with unique effect? Fuck it. Hey man. That's not a helmet. What do we get from it though? Rancor Pot. What? Throw to spawn vengeful spirits? I don't have any cracked pots. Craftable item prepared using a cracked pot, enchanted by the ancient death hex. In times of old, the dead were burned with ghost flame, and from those cinders arose vengeful spirits. Interesting. Very interesting. What terrible thing will await us in here, I wonder? Oh, it's one of you fellas. I had a feeling. So these guys, I'm not sure exactly what they are, but their heads seem to be fucking parasites. I believe Zully made a video about them. How fucking weird they are. You're a bitch. It is a very strungy creature. Wow, that was very hard. Luto the Headless. Oh boy. Spirit of the Headless Knight, who leads the Mausoleum soldiers, wields a lance enrobed in death, and hurls spectral lances at foes. Lutel sacrificed her life so that in death she could continue to protect a soulless demigod until their revival, earning her the hero's honor of Erdtree burial. Till their revival? Is this in reference to Godwyn? Or did they just intend on, like, normal Erdtree resurrection for all of the demigods? Because it seems like it is in reference to Godwyn. Because it seems like the mausoleums carry dead members of the Golden Lineage. And if they're dead, they don't have a soul. And that's what the ghost outside of the Church of Pilgrimage mentions. God is believed to revive upon an eclipse. Man, if we got an eclipse in Elden Ring... Oh boy. I mean, it makes sense that they'd be linked to Godwyn since he's the Prince of Death. It just kind of makes sense. Just seems kind of logical, you know? Imagine getting to fight Fish Godwyn. If it's anything like Elden Beast, it will be terrible. But if we can get to ride Torrent, then it'll be great. I don't know about you guys, but I think Radigan and the Elden Beast are definitely one of the weaker FromSoft final bosses. And I don't mean in terms of like power scaling. I mean in like terms of how they stack up as a boss and as a final boss. Obviously they're not the worst, because True King Allant exists. But like, if I had to rank them from worst to best, it would be Old King Allant, Nishandra, Gwyn. Then we get into the really good... well, okay, Gwyn is already good. He's pretty good. But then we get to like a whole new tier. Depending on what you count as the final boss of Bloodborne. Elden Beast, but you get to do the Divine Dragon lightning reversal. That would be great. Unfortunately, with Elden Beast, they were just like, what if we made something that was really fucking annoying? Wouldn't that be crazy? It was crazy. Crazy annoying. Oh, by the way, guys, how's the stream quality? I just want to make sure that it's looking alright. I imagine it's a little bit grainy because PS5 bitrate. Radigan's good, but Elden Beast is annoying, yeah. Isn't it funny back when I did my ranking video that I was like, yeah, Radigan's fucking obnoxious with all his AoE shit, and the Elden Beast is fine. But now it's flipped. I've seen the light to recognize Radigan, actually, is really good, and the Elden Beast is really shit. Oh boy, the Iron Cleaver. I don't think we've gotten that before. We haven't. Fairly large Iron Cleaver commonly used by the maltreated misbegotten. Steeped in resentment, these weapons are swung wildly and relentlessly, often after rushing up the foes. Oh yeah, I am aware of the Elden Ring mod that adds Sekiro's deflection system. I imagine it would vastly improve several bosses. Looking at you, Melania. guys are all working in the mines here? Presumably, they're fucking slaves. They're like slave miners. Though, actually, no, these guys are the ones doing the mining. So, we know that the Misbegotten around here are basically doing a slave uprising. But it seems like they've just enslaved the normal miners. Or they're working together as some kind of cooperative, I have no idea. I don't imagine these miner guys are a big fan of their jobs, though, considering it seems to have turned them into stone people. Give me the rocks. Miners aren't slaves, they worship mining? Oh! Well then in that case, I guess this is some kind of cooperative. Well, that's not terrible. It's holy to them. I see, I see. Now this! Oh, now we got the really winged Misbegotten. Don't forget these guys also have horns. And it is of note that, you know, once again, Hugh is one of these guys. He seems to be... He has more horns. He's not quite like the big scaled Misbegottens. I suppose he's closer to those ones than he is to these guys. Because he doesn't have as many feathers. He's got horns kind of like an omen. A little bit. Boss ahead, but no enemy ahead? Oh, like there are no enemies down here other than the boss. Gotcha. Give me that. Thank you. Time for the scaly. Shout out to all the scalies. You're about to get your representation. Behold. The scaly Misbegotten. He really likes lizard women. He's a big fan of, fucking, I don't know, Dragon Maid. Yeah, let's go with that one. This is another example of a kind of lazy boss. A big enemy, and we gave him a boss health bar. We'll run into several of these guys in Castle Morn. Wow. Talk about bleed, am I right, fellas? The Rusted Anchor. Yeah, the lusty Argonian made their favorite piece of literature. What type of weapon is this? A great axe, but it does pierce damage. A rusty anchor wielded as a weapon. Each of its 4 flukes is thick and sharp, enabling piercing attacks. When the Tarnished left the lands between with their lord, one boat alone was said to have been left behind. I wonder who was on that boat. Oh! Maybe those were the guys that founded Round Table Hold. The dudes that got left behind on the Long March. Can't believe Lanciax's favorite is here. Here where? They're over in Liurnia. Technically. Then they're actually in the mountaintops of the Giants. Long March like the basketball player? No, that's what it was called when Godfrey and the Tarnished left the lands between. Because they literally just fucking marched across the world and fought literally everything they ran into for years on end. And it was called the Long March. Okay, I think that's all the significant shit around here. So, time for us to do Castle Morn. It's an interesting place, to say the least. More health. So So I mentioned this during my first playthrough, I believe, but this place is 100% a Dark Souls 3 reference. We have Irina of Morn, who is a blind cleric maiden, just like Irina in Dark Souls 3, who is protected by Morn, who is a knight. And then we have Irina here, who's blind and from Castle Morn, which theoretically was protecting her. Oh shit! We almost just got taken out by anti-air. Oh man. Oh yeah, if you start the game as a hero, you're a descendant of Godfrey. Like an actual direct descendant. Yeah, the Lee Harveys here are very powerful. Fall down, asshole. Fall off your horse. Man, imagine if one of these guys had a big rock horse. That would be sick. Maybe throw that in the DLC. Yeah, Elden Beast would be better as something like Moon Presence, where it's a secret final boss you get as part of one of the endings, like maybe the 8 Stars ending or something. The Siege of Castle Morn. A lone hero fights for his vengeance, only to fall at the hand of Lord Godfrey. So this place was taken back during ye olden days, probably in the heyday of the Erd Tree. And Morn had like its own thing going on there, presumably their own clan of warriors or something. I imagine we had a lot more little minor kingdoms prior to the emergence of the Erd Tree. Like, we have Liurnia, obviously. We don't really know much about what's going on in Caelid. Limgrave... Actually, I'm pretty sure we know Stormveil was basically its own thing. The Volcano Manor had some sort of ancient shit going on. And I think that's about all. And then, you know, we had, like, we had, Zamor up in the mountains. Things like that. Chilled said, oh yeah, another fun fact is that the Irene Hayata quest didn't exist with the Frenzied Flame. It was Kale, the first merchant you meet, who goes to find the Frenzied Flame. Yeah, I think I heard about that. Neve says, I like the idea of the Elden Beast being intended to have torrent usable, but the devs forgot to check that and are too embarrassed to fix it. Look at these little cannon things. Aren't they neat little dragon things? Oh, shit. Oh god, oh shit. Now I can't read any of it. God damn it. Though what if I just sit here? Only I could take them. Yeah. Hold on. Fuck. Oh god. Never mind. Yeah, it would be thematically really good if you had Torrent with you for the final battle. But nope. No can do. Strong foe ahead. Arguable. Welcome to Castle Morn. It's a lovely place. Yeah! Workers of the world unite! So obviously the interesting thing about Castle Morn, it seems to be kind of a consistent story about revenge. I know Body did a video kind of talking about the story of the area. But the original inhabitants were really fucking pissed about Godfrey coming, well, you know, killing them and taking over the castle. Then we have the current people here under Godrick, who have enslaved the Misbegotten. The Misbegotten who are essentially being punished. They are cursed with their state for looking into the primordial... What the fuck just procced there? That was weird. Looking into the primordial crucible. Then they want to get revenge for being enslaved, so they overthrow the people of Castle Morn, but then go about fucking butchering them, which then angers them, and then leads them to want to take revenge against the Misbegotten. So it's an endless cycle of revenge. My favorite. Some people think that Torrent is an ancestor spirit? Interesting. Not entirely sure how that would work. Does Boss Arena as Dragon Lord? Arguably. I mean, I think the Elden Throne is a fucking great Boss Arena. And Elden Beasts is theoretically great. Did you just see that insane stunlock shit that just happened? This is why I fucking hate dogs in these games. They're such shit. They are so terrible. Yeah, some competition between Dragon Lord, Elden Beast, and Godfrey / Morgott. I suppose Godfrey's is technically cooler since it's on fire, but I think during Morgott's fight it looks more visually pleasing. Yeah, Sekiro's is the best because you can easily parry the dogs and one-shot them. I love parrying dogs. Cycler revenge shit is heavy grimism. I see. Sounds about right. Man, you know what would be fucking insane? Running a D&D campaign that's just literally Elden Ring. Like, you just use the Elden Ring world map and maps of all the dungeons, and just all of the fucking enemy placements and everything. That would be cracked. They ever fixed the dog that did 1 trillion bleed damage? I believe they did, yeah. Maybe that'd be neat. Maybe. It would be a campaign that lasts unto fucking eternity. And also people that have played Elden Ring would know everything. Fuck you. Ouchie. My asshole. Stop doing that. So I can do it to you. Renala, Dragon Lord, Elden Beast, Elden Throne, and Malekith. Yeah, those are all really good. Those are all really good boss arenas. Elden Ring campaign, so far-fetched, never gonna happen. No. No one would ever do an Elden Ring campaign. And no one would ever do a D&D campaign inspired by Elden Ring, let alone a fully fledged Elden Ring campaign. That's ridiculous. No one would act so outrageously. Doing that during the War of the Shattering would be neat. No such 50-plus session thus far campaign exists. It is absolutely absurd. There's definitely not a D&D campaign that was brought about due to Elden Ring hype, and that is mostly inspired by an art project I saw on Instagram.
There's a face I've not seen before. I'm Edgar, Warden of this castle, as ordained by Lord Godrick himself. But you can see how things have turned out. The menials have all rebelled.
I like how you refer to them as that.
Or so I thought. But it seems it was all an act. Foul creatures, as it said. And true enough, they're foul inside and out.
I feel like you took the wrong
sorry to
lesson from
disappoint
this.
you, but whatever you come here to do, I'm afraid Castle Morn won't hold much longer. Take this, by way of apology.
Thanks for a twig, I guess. Edgar, I think you took the very wrong lesson from this. Not, oh yeah, those guys gave me good service, but they ended up rebelling against us. I guess they were actually just fucking evil this entire time. As opposed to, oh, I don't know, maybe we shouldn't have treated them like shit and enslaved them. I don't know, it's a wild idea. Anyway, here's your daughter's letter.
I see. From Arena. Thank you. I'm in your debt, but I can't leave yet. Even if the castle should fall, as commander, I must remain to ensure the treasured Sword of Morn does not fall into the wrong hands.
You know what's interesting? Him talking about, oh yeah, I'm the commander of this castle. I was given this position by Lord Godrick. Godrick is one of the only remaining demigods that is like an actual guy who's actively in charge of the territory he lives in. The only other one, really, would be Morgott. And I guess maybe kind of Moog? Kind of? Because, you know, Moog's actively doing shit. He's the one commanding the Bloody Fingers and stuff. And Morgott runs Lanedell, and Lanedell is still mostly active? It seems like the guard is at least still functional. Godrick's the only demigod that's still running like a semi-functional territory. Isn't Melania in charge of her land? Melania's fucking asleep. There is nobody running stuff in the Haligtree. She has been in a coma for like 100 years. Ranni, I guess, does? But I don't think Liurnia... Almost everyone in Caria is a fucking ghost. There's like 3 people there that work for her. But that's it. Like, that's all. Godrick, despite being the biggest loser out of any of the demigods, is the only one that's still running a semi-functional territory. Keep this in mind. You know, just something to ponder on.
If you see Arena, do tell her that her father will come for her once he's fulfilled his duty.
Sure thing. I believe he's wearing the Banished Knight armor, I think. Just a note. For how big Elden Ring is, would you say it actually feels lived in? To an extent. It feels more lived in than a lot of other places, like a lot of other FromSoft games. Actually, I would say it does, and I would say actually other FromSoft games do feel kind of lived in, like Bloodborne does to an extent. Sekiro definitely does to an extent. Dark Souls 1 and 2, I guess they kind of do. A little bit. I guess it's easier for decrepit worlds to feel more lived in, because they're not all pristine. They're all faded away and degraded by the flow of time. So yeah, I would say for the most part, Elden Ring feels fairly lived in. The only parts that don't are the areas where there's not really much in the way of civilization of any kind. Like Limgrave probably feels among the most lived in. Oh shit. You come up here, I'm gonna blow your fucking brains out. Lanedell actually looks like a city. It does, actually. Lanedell is presumably everything that they had imagined Anor Londo being. Because, I mean, it's basically Anne Orlando, but it's an entire city, as opposed to, like, kind of one pathway through a big building. 2 big buildings. You can go pretty much everywhere in Lanedale. Like, Lanedale's ridiculous. Lanedale is probably the crowning achievement when it comes to, like, FromSoft's level design. Well, there's our little boss arena down there. That was an interesting little strip of land. Okay, yeah. You know what? I am very confident that that other cemetery we went by was for the other people that were part of the Morn clan, or whatever you want to call it. Because that is a big headstone, just like the other ones there. Presumably the guy buried there was the one that was killed by Godfrey before this place became, you know, property of Lanedale, and then property of Limgrave. Ah, that was scary. Wee bit spooky. Hello, ghost. Who's not returned to the Erd Tree. Got some fungus growing around you. Please help me. I'm of noble blood. If these hideous mongrels eat me, I'll be forever marred. Anything but that, please. Think of the disgrace. Isn't that interesting? How he's more concerned about being fucking, oh, I'll be sullied by these creatures, as opposed to his concern being, I'm gonna fucking die. I do wonder. Presumably the Misbegotten are much like the Omen, and that they do not return to the Erd Tree, they're graceless, perhaps? Because there does seem to be a bit of an overlap between the Misbegotten and the Omen. So, I imagine there would be some people afraid of both of those groups, thinking, oh no, if they touch me, I'll be dirtied, and the Erd Tree won't accept my soul back into it. It is pretty disgraceful to get killed by these things. I mean, I guess, they're not that hard. Ew, I just noticed the slimes in this game have maggots in them. They sure did upgrade these things. Have we ever gotten a lore explanation for slimes in any FromSoft game? Oh, nice. Because you ever notice how it feels like there are some enemies in this game, or just in these games in general, that just kind of exist for no real reason? They're just kind of there. Ouch. Oh, people can't die. What happens when you get eaten? Also ice there. Okay, I get it. I get it. It's shit. That's a living person that's been digested. Chilled says, the only slimes I know of that are explained are the Bloodborne slimes. They are? Where? Well, now I suppose these slime enemies are more horrifying than I could ever imagine. The DS3 slimes are Aldrich slimes? That makes sense. Twin Blade Talisman. Enhances final hit of chain attacks. Twin Blade technique is a tradition of the Confessors, who closely guard the secret of how they preserve the momentum of their attacks. Thus is the final strike of their onslaught all the more deadly. And I didn't read this. Sacrificial Twig. Talisman fashioned from a dried twig, so slender that it might snap at the slightest touch. Prevents rune loss upon death, but will be lost itself in exchange. Believed to be a twig pruned from the Erd Tree long, long ago. So it's the Ring of Sacrifice. Ah, shit. Get this out of here. There we go. Isn't it so funny that the boss here was apparently achievement worthy? Like you get an achievement for killing him. Compare that to literally any of the other achievement bosses, and it's just absolutely laughable. Especially, oh, he's a great foe, great enemy. That is very funny. Oh yeah, I know the ones in the research hall are explained because they're heads. They are literally just people's heads that have expanded and become gushy. They're just so full of eldritch knowledge and water and brain fluid. But you meant the Chalice Dungeon Slimes? I also thought you meant the Chalice Dungeon Slimes. Come on, you bastards. You literal rat bastards. These Elden Ring explains the silver tier points. Yeah, those are fully explained. Ah, whip. Oh, I wonder what that's doing here. In this prison. I think it's an achievement because he drops the sword. Oh, maybe. A leather whip, not originally used for combat, but as an instrument of pain. Though its supple attacks cannot be thwarted by parrying or even guarding, it is incapable of dealing critical hits. Yeah, oh, I wonder why these disgusting monster people would rebel against us. Ugh. After all of the wonderful things we did for them. The rat summons are actually really cool, since the upgrades give more rats. That's interesting. That is very interesting. Whip builds are really underrated. I know the Hoslow whips are really good. Here we have these Spirit Jellyfish. I don't know why they hang out around here. I do not know the exact explanation. Is that people that drowned or something? Or are they just actual creatures? Like they just are their own thing? Okay, yeah. Oh my god. I look great, don't I? Yo, bitch. Idiot. Fuck you. Don't want to go into the boss without all my flasks. Even if he's not the hardest thing ever. The Rampart Jail. Yeah, I wonder why these guys are getting fucking lynched. At least the boss has a cool theme. It does? I've never really noticed it. Jellyfish are regular creatures that hang out around holy ground and are drawn to spiritual places. Interesting. Very interesting. Ow! Fucking asshole. Oh, it's the same as Niles? Ah. So here we have Castellan Edgar. Castellan, we meet Castellan Jaren later. They're basically just a knight that watches over the castle, if I understand correctly. Is there an item over there? Probably. Oh, just a message. Likely Monarch. Okay. Oh, this fucking asshole. Hey Edgar, help me kill this dipshit. Hey Edgar, what the fuck are you doing? Are you buffing yourself? Oh, I think he did. Oh, time to equip the whip. Oh no. Listen, I'm not gonna perpetuate this shit. Edgar Wu? Oh. Did he just fall to his fucking death? If only you could see my face right now. Wait, hold on. I'll send my my reaction in the Soulsborne chat. There. There's your live misc reaction. Oh wait, I forgot we had Bernice draw the live misc reaction, so I suppose it'd be that instead. But you know, the sticker's right there. That's a very accurate depiction of my reaction. I had a feeling he was gonna fall off the fucking dipshit. This boss and the other one that drops special sword would be a lot cooler if they actually used it. I know, right? It's almost as if there would have maybe been a little bit more effort required to be put into these reskin bosses. But no, we can't do that. Sorry, if we're gonna do reskin bosses, we're gonna make them as lazy as possible. At least there's the one in like the consecrated snowfield that actually uses the weapon it drops, I believe. It's the Golden Order Greatsword, right? Oh, is he just gone now? Are you fucking serious? That's great. That's really great. Well, I guess we at least got to show him off a little bit. I mean, the Crucible Knights are fine. Oh, he mad? Yeah. Pharaoh Watchdogs get like 4 variants. Yeah, but then some of them are gank bosses, which are like the epitome of lazy reskins. Nice. That was a great enemy. You're a little late with the comment there, Chilled. Yeah, this is big. I believe that this is definitely bigger than any of the other ones. Now we have all these little graves around it here. These were presumably the guys serving under them. They're soldiers when they were killed. The Grafted Blade. The storied sword of Castle Morn, a revenger's weapon. It is burdened with oceans of anger and regret. One of the legendary armaments, and I believe the first one we've gotten in this playthrough. A lone surviving champion from a country now vanished was so determined to continue fighting that he claimed the swords of an entire clan of warriors. Now, I don't know if I need to tell you guys this, but this is stupidly impractical. Like, this is dumb as shit. Looks kind of cool as like an art piece or something. You know, like as a statue or something. Yes, the Grim Sword, it looks like the fucking Iron Throne. But in terms of an actual weapon, this thing is mind-numbingly stupid. Where's my sword? So I believe we go like back up here or something. Some shit like that. Yeah, so like around here. I forgot to send this back down. Grafted Blade Greatsword is good for killing someone who you want to torture while killing. If you're not swinging it around really quickly, alternatively, I imagine a lot of those swords would just fucking break. Because you are not swinging them efficiently at all. Dragon Scale Blade is the coolest katana, plus it has Ice Lightning. Where is that? I have never seen that thing. I don't think. Burial Blade would be impractical too, even though I like it. Yeah, that's true. That's pretty true. Yeah, I'm thinking we'll do Stormveil tonight. Fuck you! Fuck off, please. Thank you. It's kind of like the Gut Sword where it doesn't cut for shit, blows people apart by being heavy. Yes, but the thing with the Dragon Slayer is that it's one giant slab of iron. This is a whole bunch of smaller, thinner, and more brittle pieces of metal that are just kind of haphazardly fucking glued together. It would not really work at all as a weapon. Dropped from the Dragonkin Soul. Oh no, that means I'll actually have to fight that fucking thing. I have never bothered with fighting that one. Because it's in the Lake of Rot. Why the fuck would I? Hey Edgar, I got the sword. Not that you helped.
I'm in your debt for keeping the sword from those fallen creatures. I'm no longer bound by duty. On Cipher, rescued Arena, I will spend my remaining days with her. Thanks to you, I will be reunited with Arena and devote my remaining days to her. Arena has a gentle nature, though. I only hope it remains intact. Thanks to you, and devote my Arena has a... I only hope.
LOL, I said. Is that the Crater-Pocked Glade? It's not a bad name for an area. The Crater-Pocked Glade. LOL. Lamau, I said. If you get here earlier, she just has this whole fucking thing shoved in her stomach. You know, because she was like 20 feet away from them.
Rina, how could this be?
Because you fucking waited.
Better. The fault lies with me. I chose duty over my daughter's safety. And that is how fate has answered.
Yeah.
I'll find them. The foul wretches responsible for this. I'll hunt them down and exterminate every last one of them. Rest assured, Arena, it will be done. I'll find them. The foul wretches responsible for this. I'll hunt them down, rest assured.
And so the cycle of revenge churns on evermore. Am I winning? Yes, I am, Play Free. It would seem I am winning. So now it's time for us to do the other shit that's left in Limgrave. What shit is that exactly? Let's have a look. Found Kenneth Height. I believe we did the stuff here, so we should probably go talk to Kenneth. Acquired weapon Servant Smasher. Wow, wonder what this does. Oh, good question. Let's see, what we got the Deathtouch Catacombs. I guess there's a golem around here somewhere? Have I not fought Patches yet? No, I have. I fought the bald guy. I need to fight the Tomb Warden. And I need to fight the Death guy. And then we gotta do the Everjoe. And then I believe that's everything around there. I think. I'm pretty sure. Somewhat confident. And then I think that's everything. Oh, I guess I didn't do the cave. I didn't do the Stone Digger Troll. Okay, what order do we want to do this shit in? I think we'll work our way down, go over here, and then come back around to finish this shit up. Or actually, no. If we go up here, we take care of the Deathtouch Catacombs, we just go along to here. Yeah. That'll all work out. Okay, so that's what we're gonna do. We will start off by going over here. So, I'll be back in a minute, guys. I just gotta go to the bathroom. Guha, I'm returned. So all I'm going to try and do is just sort of speed run these little dungeons. So we can just get through them quickly, especially since most of them don't really have anything super notable in them. We probably missed one or two in Weeping Peninsula, but if we did, they're not important. Oh yeah, and I guess we have the key section in the Cave of Knowledge. I suppose we have that to do. We'll probably save that for last because the ulcerated tree spirits do be kinda strong. Very excited. We're having some coconut shrimp for dinner. Should be quite tasty. I'm not the biggest fan in the world of coconut. I don't think you really notice it much with shrimp. The ulcerated ball spirit? Well, it does give us a golden seed. Take from that what you will. Yeah, wow indeed. Don't throw rocks at me, you little bastard. It was very funny of FromSoft to make the main portion of the level be hidden. Or, you know, the continuation of the level. So anyway, this wonderful gentleman here, Stone Digger Troll, we've learned from someone in the chat that apparently the miners, who are all covered in rock, are guys that worship mining. And I guess being down here to an extent has caused them to become covered in stone. I assume the Stone Digger Troll is much the same. Like, it's just literally the same. Oh shit. Because there isn't really a stone or earth god in this game. Yeah, that is true. I think it's smithing god or something. Shit, even Dark Souls had flam. And that dude got to fuck Guinevere. You'd think he'd have a little bit more significance. The Roar Medallion, I believe that's a depiction of Godfrey there, which would make sense because the guy is a bit of a loudmouth. Enhances roar and breath attacks. In ancient times, the giants were mortal enemies of the Erd Tree. Their bellowing roars desolated nature, triggered avalanches, and whipped up storms of flame. Ah, it's depicting a giant, a roaring giant. And we know the trolls are related to the giants. They're sort of like an offshoot subspecies. Their stomachs are removed, which is perhaps a removal of the usual visage of the fell god. Because, I mean, listen, if the Kingdom of the Erd Tree were going to enslave them, I doubt they would want to have the visage of their mortal enemy on them at all times. Though I still wonder why they have that tombstone in there. I am not aware of any exact explanation for that. I must say, being able to take my time, like really take my time in this game, feels so nice. Because, I mean, when I did my first playthrough, even though I was kind of trying not to, who the fuck is that? Oh, it's just some random bandit. I was sort of rushing Like, I wasn't really trying to go and do all the side stuff. I wasn't trying to explore and find everything. Cause, well, I was basically doing nothing but playing the game that week. So I really did not have a chance to do, like, fucking anything else with my life at the time. And I want to finish games as quickly as I can right when they come out so that I can avoid being spoiled. And so I can watch other people's stuff on it. Whereas this, I mean, the game's been out for like 6 months now. I've played through it multiple times. There is no rush. I can take as much time to do this as I want. Shit, I literally had a 2-week break between the last stream and this one, so... the Murkwater Catacombs. Liked how mere hours after you fought Spirit Godfrey, boss fight database uploaded that boss. That is funny as shit. Oh right, I remember you saying how, like, it's taking the goddamn boss video channels more time to get to these bosses than it's taking you to get to them. I basically did nothing. I did not really hang out or go anywhere during those, like, 5 or 6 days. Basically, I finished Elden Ring and was like, oh my god, I finished Elden Ring, and then I texted Clover, like, hey, do you want to hang out tomorrow or something? Because I hadn't seen her in, like, a fucking week. So, the Grave Warden Duelist. These guys are interesting, to an extent. They're just kind of neat fellows. They fought in Colosseums. Presumably the big 3 Colosseums on the map that we cannot enter, but were seemingly going to be used for something, maybe some kind of PvP arena of some kind. Neve fun fact, the, one of the undead hunters in Dead Man's Refuge was basically supposed to be one of these guys, their leader. It was effectively this dude. He has 2 big mallets on chains. He goes like this. Yeah, I'm also upset that they removed the glowing effect on Morgoth's sword. Like, when he says, emboldened by the flames of ambition, and the fucking sword lights up to break away the covering, it's really cool. That guy basically never existed. True, he would have been more something if you guys were more aggressive. You know, if you tried to fight him or something, but it just ended up not happening. Who knows if he'll ever become relevant at some point. Banished Knight Enval. One of the 2 knights dubbed the Wings of the Storm. Despite his banishment, he rejected the invitation of the grace-given lord, instead keeping watch over a masterless castle for many years, gaining renown as a hero of the fringes. I wonder what castle that would have been. Banished Knights are interesting. I believe the 2 places we encounter them in are Stormvale and Castle Sol. Is there anywhere else that I'm not familiar with? Yeah, Castle Sol. That might have been it. Yeah, especially since that's, like, off on the fringes. Rejected the invitation of the grace-given lord. So Morgoth was like, hey, do you want to come back? And he was like, no, I'm good. Yeah, I know Oleg's the other one. We'll get Oleg's thing, probably, hopefully by the end of this stream. I'm probably going to try to wrap this up if I can in, like, the next half hour, 45 minutes, because around then's when I'll be having dinner. So now that's done. We're not able to go any further than this, right? Yeah. Oh, it's raining, lovely. Let's go up here. Yeah, let's go up around here. We'll do Deathtouch Catacombs, and then we'll take care of the boat guy, whose name I can't remember for some reason. I can't remember what they're called. Still here, I see Bernal. Where's that pathway? Around here somewhere. I do believe there is a knight on a horse around here somewhere. Maybe not this way, I think back the other way. We'll probably deal with them later. The Tibia Mariner. That's what it is. And I think we already freed Alexander? I believe. No, we didn't!
Hello?
Hello.
Can you hear me?
I can.
Help me. I'm stuck. Hello? Hello? Anyone? Oh, my stars. I'm so happy to see you. I am Alexander, also known as the Iron Fist. And as you can see, I'm stuck here.
I can see that, yeah.
Please, can you help me out of this?
I can.
My thanks. 1,000 thanks. Just give me a good smack from the rear with something nice and big. And I'll pop clean out, I'm sure. Don't dally. There's no need to fret. I'm very well trained.
I'm very
Give it
well
your all,
trained,
I say.
so you don't have to worry about fucking killing me when you hit me in the ass with something very dangerous. Oh my stars, oh my days, what kind of living being says that? A being that lives in a medieval setting.
Well played, good sir. Well played. Oh, that mighty wallop of yours almost spelt the end of me. Well, I'm out now, and that's what counts.
True.
I thank you. And as a token of my appreciation, I'd like you to have this.
Thank you. Exalted flesh. What kind of being living in a medieval setting, though? A funky one. One that's mildly eccentric. A lump of animal flesh pickled in a medicinal solution mixed with fiery spices. Temporarily boosts physical attack. Considered a delicacy in the Badlands, this invigorating repast was for the exclusive benefit of those they deem heroes. So it's fancy feast meat. Isn't that nice? And it's spicy, too.
Once again, the pleasure is mine. I am the warrior Jar known as Alexander. Iron Fist Alexander, in fact.
Oh, wow.
I journey to the east, where I intend to further my education in the ways of war. And beyond these lands lie the scarlet, rot-blighted Caelid wilds. And upon their southern edge is Redmane Castle, in which a festival of combat is being held. I'd heard whispers of such festivities before. Doesn't the notion set your breast aflutter?
Oh yeah, you know me. I'm very excited for that.
I'm heading eastward to Redmane Castle, on the southern edge of the scarlet, rot-blighted Caelid wilds. I've heard there's to be a festival held there.
How exciting. Well, we'll get to that in a while. It'll be a little bit. I guess we'll do Caelid before we do the Altus Plateau, because why the fuck not? We might as well do everything down here before we head up to the next level. That, head back up here. Actually, I think the guy's over here, isn't he? Is he not? If he's not, then he's back that way. Seems to be the case. Do clowns exist in Elden Ring? Not as far as I'm aware. I do not believe we encounter anything of the sort. I know Heavenly says there are. What does he know that I don't? I'm very frightened by that, yes. Hey man, what's up? Unthinkable. Our hallowed resting place is violated. To refuse the Erd Tree's call to return, to live within death, sickening. Deathtouch Catacombs. I don't imagine they were called this before. And that is a new name they gave it, due to the whole death thing being here. After all you're playing. Oh. Damn. We've been owned very epically. Alright, did I ever look at the description for root resin? I cannot recall. The red main castle guy's dressed as a jester. Is he really, though? Like, he's just kind of colorful. Oh, yeah, of course, that's being dressed as a clown, not really being one. Think of it, guys. Much like Bigfoot, we've only ever seen people dressed up as clowns. How do we know they're real? Root resin. Resin secreted from the roots of the great tree. Yeah. Yeah, we did read that before. I find it funny that just the knockback from that caused him to fall into a bunch of pieces. Remember in my first playthrough where I didn't know that you just had to double tap them? So I basically just never killed skeletons at any point during the fucking first playthrough. It's kind of embarrassing, I know. Southern European Elden Ring. There is an ancient alien conspiracy theory that clown traditions evolved from ancient people imitating aliens. Okay. Have you ever heard of a movie from like the 70s or something? Called fucking Clowns from Outer Space or some shit? Because I just heard about it the other day. They're alien clowns. Yeah, also when I thought I needed to use the weapon art to use the fucking Serpent Hunter. Thus making the fight infinitely harder for me for like the first hour. But now, Rykard is easy money, and I'm always overleveled when I fight him because I do his whole quest line. Isn't that really weird? Like, Rykard is easy if you do the whole Volcano Manor quest line. It's Heavenly's favorite horror movie. Oh, good. But if you don't do the quest line, and you just fight him when you get to Volcano Manor, he's tough as shit. Seems like a bit of a weird balancing thing, I don't know. Unless you're just under-leveled going through the whole game. We do canonically know an afterlife exists in Elden Ring. We just don't really know what the fuck it is. We don't know anything about it. Like, I guess you go somewhere other than the Erd Tree if it doesn't exist anymore. But we don't know where that is. Oh, DLC in the Afterlife? You know, the coolest thing about Death's Gambit Afterlife is you literally go to the Afterlife. You go to Death's Domain, where he just kind of hangs out with all the souls and shit. And the design of the place is really cool. You're only there for like 5 minutes, unless you do the bad ending, I guess. But the place is aesthetic, top-notch. High-quality aesthetic. We got 10 people in here. Hello, everyone. If you just tapped in and you haven't already, hit that like button. I have no idea how many likes we're at, but let's try and get a little higher. I don't know. If we haven't already, let's try to hit 15. So this Black Knife Assassin has not a full health bar, which is unique, I believe. Why is that? Well, presumably it's for the same reason some of the golems have not full health bars, is because they're injured. They were probably injured upon their escape from Landau. Now this OST is pretty good. Certainly works for their vibe. Get owned. Assassin's Crimson Dagger. And I keep using the fucking D-pad. Critical hits restore HP. An Assassin's Dagger, misshapen and stained in crimson. Critical hits restore HP. This charm is modeled after the darkly gleaming blades used in the Night of Black Knives, those which gave the demigods their first taste of death. Why is this guy hanging out here? I don't know. Probably because of this thing. He fucking did it again. Amazing. Deathroot, the beast clergyman, seeks and devours these, a source that gives rise to those who live in death. The beast clergyman, found at Bestial Sanctum in the distant east, collects and devours these roots. On the night of the dire plot, the stolen rune of death enabled the first death of a demigod, which of course implies that there were more, which was presumably the lesser members of the Golden Lineage. Later, the rune of death spread across the lands between through the underground roots of the Great Tree, sprouting in the form of Deathroot. So I imagine the Black Knife Assassin came here because, well, their knives don't really seem to have that much destined death left in them, so they're seeking out places that have Deathroot in order to collect more of it. You know, re-empower their black knives. Sounds about right to me, at least. Now let's see if I can figure out where the fuck this golem boss is. They're in a cave or something. I've never found them before. I know they're supposedly somewhere up around, like, the, northern end of Limgrave. Putting O before anything makes it so cool. Thanks, Malekith, for teaching us that trick. Thank you, Malekith. What a cool guy, that Malekith. Oh well, doesn't seem it's here. And I don't care, so. Let's dip. Oh, I didn't light that thing up. Can I, now that I've cleared the dungeon? I wonder. And Chilled will quote Health and Steeple. Oh, I can't figure out how the hell to get up here. Oh well, not important. And what quote will he quote? I wonder. What will it be? Ow. Oh, I love you can hear his head slashing around in there. Could you stop that, please? Great sword patterned after the black steeple of the health and the lampwood which guides the dead to the spirit world. Lamplight is similar to Grace in appearance, only it is said that it can only be seen by those who met their death in battle. Interesting. He's just like that guy from Usagui. Could you be a little more specific? We got a lot of guys in Usagui. And a lot of them have fucked up brains. So if you guys were here for my first playthrough, you know I encountered this guy at night. This was magical. Oh, the guy with the slashy head from Protoporus, yeah. I mean, I figured it was Protoporus, I just didn't know which guy specifically.
Oh, dear.
I didn't mean to startle you.
Terribly sorry. Are you here as a customer?
What you got? I could use one of those. One of those, I guess. Bandit mask. Not really anything to know.
I must apologise. I'm afraid I've very little to offer.
That's fine, man. You go back to playing your music. Gotta love these dudes. Dog! It's a dog. Where's Mr. Anime? There he is.
There's no mistake, is there? Death has left its mark once again. Ah, a tarnished, are you? I'm known as D.
That sword's still
I
so
hunt
fucking
down
sick.
those who live in death and weed their death root. Heed my warning. The village here has been touched by death. And worse yet, it is home to a murderer. If you value your life, go no further.
Sure thing. Hold on. They just keep coming. There we go.
The village here has been turned back. What?
Oh no, I'm so threatened by the boat guy. He will do unspeakable things to my ass. Can we see him floating around from here? Oh, we can. Let's see the wildlife. As boat guys do. They do terrible things to your butt. Unless, of course, you've got the coin for it. Summon Water Village. I wonder if it was called this before. Otherwise, the name is very prescient. Oh, he does drop good skeleton summons, that's true. Actually, I never really saw the use in the skeleton summons, because in my experience, they always got killed while they were down. I think his armor is one of the sets that the capes make worse. I disagree. Where have you gone, my skeleton man? Ah, so this is the end. Bye-bye! And more death root, hey D.
Another fool who won't listen to reason, eh? But with a prowess for weeding Deathroot. How would you like to earn the strength of beasts?
Sounds
if you're
good.
inclined to hunt more of those who live in death and weed their Deathroot, then I'll introduce you to Garank, the beast clergyman. I have a matter of my own to attend to, and the beast himself wishes for someone to take my place. What say you? Very well. Show me your map.
I find the connection between these two to be very interesting.
I've marked the location for you.
Oh my god!
Gateway. It will lead you to Garank, the beast clergyman.
This guy just phased out of your world in the first playthrough? I don't think so. What the fuck? Actually, now that I think about this. Let's take a look. That kind of looks a little bit like a big death root. This is probably a growth from the roots of the great tree because Godwin. Yeah, those even look like the death eyes that they have in the basilisks. I've never noticed that. That is terrifying. I've never noticed that there. That's very interesting. Well, time for us to go over here now, I guess. Let's go check in with Kenneth, because I'm pretty sure I killed the Blood Knight. Actually, did I already get the Erdsteel Dagger? I did, so he should be gone. And I notice you can find crabs with Godwin's face on them as they're feeding on Deathroot. That is lovely. That is just really wonderful. So, fun thing. You don't need this to be marked by D to find it, it's just always here. And here we are in Caelid and Grail's Dragon Barrow. Hello, Black Blade Kindred. They're obviously a bit of an allusion to, well, Garank being Malekith. We see some of the Fur-Missoula architectures around here. Presumably Malekith brought this with him. Elden Ring sequel where the entire country's Godwin's face. Wouldn't it be a a crazy game, you play the entirety of it on the face of God. Got a little slice of home here, huh? Or maybe Garank is here because this place is tied to Farum Azula, and that's why he's able to travel there. Hey, buddy. Here you go.
I smell it. Death. Feed it me.
Yummy, so delicious.
Tarnished. Bring more deaths. I shall grant thee eye and claw. Feed me more.
Bestial Sling, Clawmark Seal, and the Beast's Eye. So, a few things to note. One, there's death. You can see it right there on his hand. Other thing of note, I don't know if we'll be able to see it here. Gotta get it like right, the perfect position. You can just barely see his armor under there. It's only on his head, but it's there. So I like how he's sitting. What a funky guy. He's got his feet out like that. He's sitting like a dog. Because Malekith is the coolest boss in the game. That's why you think that, Chill. You think that because he is. So, first things first. The Beast's Eye. Said, tremble when close to Deathroot. Claw-marked stone eye received from Garank, Beast Clergyman. Is said to tremble when near death. The murky violet iris writhes as if alive. I am not sated. Feed me more death. Then we got the Talisman. Well, first, Bestial Sling. Incantation taught by Garank, the Beast Clergyman. Swiftly flings a number of sharp rock shards. This incantation can be cast without delay after performing another action. It is said that in the time before the Erd Tree, stones were the first weapons with the beasts who'd gained intelligence. Well, yeah, we did use rocks for, like, breaking shit open, such as food, other people's skulls, things of that nature. Then we got the Clawmark Seal. Sacred Seal granted by Garank, the Beast Clergyman. A rare trinket which allows incantations to be scaled with strength. The Clawmark represents Garank's wrath. Enhances bestial incantations learned from Garank. He mad. He is pissed as fuck about the whole, losing death thing. And we're just gonna run out here so I can get the golden seed. How many of those do I have on me? One. I believe we need 3 now. Not sure. Oh yeah, Naked Malekith is definitely something. Definitely one of the things ever. Let us find out if, I guess we need the 1. Not bad. Not bad at all. Yeah, that is something that is something I've noticed, and I think that some people have pointed out, is that Malekith is basically wearing short shorts on a crop top. He wears like a fucking tube top. Red pill, Prime Malekith fight. Blue pill, fight Prime Placiduous X. I mean, I'm pretty sure Malekith is Prime Malekith. There's no indication that his powers waned in age, other than, I guess, his sword not just instant killing people. Yeah, let him rock it. Let Malekith rock that shit. He can do it. So what do we have left? I think we only have this guy and the illustrated tree spirit. I think that's all we have left to do, and then we're pretty much done around here. And then tonight we can take our crack at Stormveil. Yeah, we'll go up here. Black pill, blood abomination, adult Mikola. Yeah, it's definitely a black pill.
A pleasure to see you.
Yeah,
Did
hi.
you give the little chrysalids the message that I love them, and that despite my...
No, I haven't gotten the chance to do that yet. My apologies. I guess we'll actually do her quest line this time around, since I'm not really that worried about spirit summons. Let's see if we have what it takes now to take on the Crucible Knight. Because we definitely did not last time. Or maybe we kind of did, but we got our asses beat a smidge. Because Crucible Knight do be kind of strong, though. I guess that's where the bat things hang out. That's neat. Alright, let's see if we can take them. Let us see. Crucible Knight. Oh, fuck, I don't get enough time to do the follow-up. Whew. Give me, goddammit. Oh. Oh, shit. I think we can do it. Oh, that was cool. Neither of us hit each other, but it was cool nonetheless. These guys are funky with their wings? They are. Well, because they're basically summoning the aspects of nature created by the Crucible that everything used to share. The good old Godfrey Stomp. I like when these guys use different weapons than Godfrey, but that and their spinning seems to be the most notable thing that they took from him. Gotcha. That is the first time I've beaten this guy at that low of a level. Aspects of the Crucible tail. Not bad at all. Those guys are solid. They're very good enemies. So now we got lore to read. Yay! Like how the Omen twins are different aspects of the Crucible. Oh yeah, I like that. I had never really noticed it before, but like, they both have the horns. The difference is Morgott has a tail, whereas Mohg has wings. It's cool. Let's see here. Speaking of Bat, the lyrics for the Lady Bat song is this. Oh, that land, formerly blessed, now withered. We had been destined for motherhood, but now have become disfigured. We wailed and wept, but no one comforts us. Golden One, at whom were you so angry? Presumably that's in reference to America, because her breaking the ring did fuck up everything for everyone. Have we been in here? I can't remember. Bye. Let's see which gauntlets I like more. They had a bit more color, but I don't think they really meshed that well. Oh, what's in here? The Arrow's Reach Talisman. Increases bow's effective range. Carried by Hunters of Beasts. Well, isn't that fascinating? So we got the aspect of the Crucible Tail. Creates supple tail to sweep area before caster. One of the ancient Erdtree incantations. This is a manifestation of the Erdtree's primal vital energies, an aspect of the primordial crucible, where all life was once blended together. Yeah, so if the theory about the Erdtree growing out of, like, the stump of the Great Tree is true, then that would make quite a bit of sense, because it's, like, literally the foundation of the Erdtree. And the primordial crucible is within the Great Tree, I guess. Is that guy stuck in a tree? Can I help you, sir? Seem not. Anyway. That zoom out was a little awkward. Well, let's talk to Vare if he's still here. I imagine he's got some funny shit to say. The best thing about doing Selvish's questline is that you can get Dung Eater as a summon. What? How? Hey Vare, I got accepted into Round Table.
Oh, well done. Well done indeed. You made it through that entire mess all the way to Stormvale. And off you trotted to the Round Table Hold. My sincerest congratulations. But how did you find the Round Table?
I got a maiden, you fucking asshole.
You don't have to say it. Before, the Round Table was chock full of venerated warriors. But now, it's home to puff chests and has-beens. I fear you've been terribly disappointed.
I mean, they're all right, I guess.
I don't blame you. But still, the Round Table has its perks. Why not earn a seat? Fly straight and true, so to speak.
You can give the Selvus potion to Dung Eater and he gets turned into a puppet. I did not know that. I must do that. I'll fly straight and true.
Ah, then you're interested. A wise choice indeed. To join the Round Table proper, you must acquire a great rune and request audience with the 2 fingers.
So now I have to question, how the fuck were these other guys getting great runes?
They are the
and whose great runes?
masters of the grace that guides your kind, the Tarnished. Yes. Pay them a visit, so that you may see for yourself.
That's one of my biggest questions is, where did these previous Tarnished get the great runes they have. Because we seem to have pretty much all of them by the end of the game. And they're all still in the hands of the people they belong to. Demigods of various tattered clothing items. Oh, yes, of course. It all makes sense now. Let's see how quickly we can get through this. Vare is very charismatic. That's why he has his job. He's a recruiter. You want those guys to be charismatic. Yeah, he has to be. He's an army recruiter. He's the guy that shows up at the school cafeteria for all the kids that have a 1.5 GPA. I made the right move. No, I didn't. I'm alive? Get up, get up, get up. Not gonna question it. Ooh, that was close. How? How did I do what? Those things are anxiety-inducing. I feel that might be the point. So here we've got the spirit of a big Exile Knight. Now, I think, even though we encounter these guys in Stormvale, I think you can only get their armor from the ones in Kurumazula. It's just that good, I guess. I don't know. I like how you send me that just as... I like how that happens just as Heavenly's live message gets through the chat. That's great timing. That's really incredible. Either you were too late or you jinxed me. I love stun-locking enemies. Don't you love stun-locking enemies? They're great. They are fan-fucking-tastic, aren't they? Come on. You can get it from Stormvale? Okay, I've just never gotten them to drop it in Stormvale. Oh, my little lambkin. Heavenly's live was like MGS's snake. Ah, idiot. Idiot. I believe if you walk in the correct places, it won't change its path. Or it'll take too long to change it. Get fucked. Anyway, the Dragon Communion Seal. Formless Drakeblood Seal with a Dragon Communion crest. Enhances Dragon Communion incantations. The sacrificial devouring of the heart gives power. Indeed, Dragon Communion is too primal in nature for the term incantation to be appropriate. The seal scales incantations with one's arcane attribute. We will probably use this later, as I would like to use some dragon incantations, and we'll probably use some bleed shit. Oh. That's a bit quirky. Side in here, side with caution. So we should probably follow after it. Yeah, that's not enough time to run. Not nearly. Ah. Fucking losers. And here we have our final boss for the day. Here in the depths of the Great Roots, the Ulcerated Tree Spirit. Who I quite like the OST of, though I'm pretty sure it's the same one they use for the normal Spirit Tree avatar. Man, this thing definitely has a moveset. One that I think is not too terribly countered by just roll spamming. Now, I am not super familiar with the lore of the Ulcerated Tree Spirits, but I believe they are effectively just corrupted Erd Tree avatars. What exactly does ulcerated mean? I know about ulcers and stuff. They're bad, to say the least. Whoever designed the instant kill trolley thing, gets to drink the water of Flint, Michigan. That is quite the punishment. How do they get corrupted? That is a good question. Or maybe they just kind of fucked up a little bit. They're just little mutants. The genetic code got a little fucked up. Ouch. Ah, get fucked. Idiot. Loser. Bye-bye. And we say bye-bye. That wasn't so bad. Golden Seed and Banished Knight Oleg. So, what's the deal with Oleg? One of the two knights known as the Wings of the Storm. After his banishment, he attracted the notice of the grace-given Lord, and later, having slain 100 traitors at the Lord's hand, Oleg earned the hero's honor of Erd Tree Burial. So that's why he's here. He got buried here. So, what was the other one's name again? Engvall. Engvall was like, nah, I'm not gonna go back to you. I don't give a shit. I like being out here probably at Castle Sol or something. Whereas Oleg was like, fuck yeah, I'll take you up on that offer, why not? But they're both the Wings of the Storm. Maybe that's because they're at kind of opposite ends of the domain of Stormveil. That and they seem to have storm powers. That just seems to be kind of a Banished Knight thing in general. What a unique and interesting boss. FromSoft really outdid themselves here. I'm glad they kept it as a unique encounter, otherwise its impact may have been diminished. I know, right? That was certainly my initial reaction when I found this thing the first time. Well, anyway, folks, that is going to be all for this stream, this first one. I think I'm going to do another stream again tonight, because why not? I mean, really, why not? Yeah, that's good. We'll do Stormveil, because Stormveil's fun, and Godrick's fun. He's a good boss. He's a great boss, actually. So, yeah, I guess we're ending off this stream in the same place the last one ended off, and the same place we started this one. Which means, next stream we'll be making real progress. Taking on our first real Legacy Dungeon. Unless you want to consider Castle Morn a Legacy Dungeon. I really wouldn't. It's just too small and simple for that. And we'll be taking on our first Shardbearer. And who knows what else we might do. I don't know. Maybe it'll be a little bit of a shorter stream. We'll just have to wait and see. In the meantime, thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Be sure to like, leave a comment, subscribe if you haven't already. Until next time, I'll see you guys around. Take care. Bye-bye.